And g'day. Hope everyone's doing well on this lovely, what are we on? Thursday. Everyone else might be Wednesday. I'm Aussie Overlaw'd, and this is the Law News and Laughter. What the hell? What the hell was that? Huh. Is that any better? I can actually hear myself, so. What's going on? Okay, there's another morning for it. Okay, well, at least that should stop me from hearing myself, but what is going on with my audio? Will I have an extra surprise when it's going to start with booming? Yeah, well, fuck it. It's better? Okay, alright. I think it was because I was playing the YouTube video in the background. Okay. And for some reason, I have no idea why, but this does not appear to actually be going out on Rumble. So I might just have to upload it later. I got no idea what the fuck that's about. Anyway, in the news today, Victorians warned of a flesh-eating disease. Jennifer Aniston struts her stuff in a Nipple-Kini. A man's been sentenced to 129 years behind bars in the Philippines. A Danish archer has shot 7 arrows through a keyhole. And a Philadelphia man has eaten 40 roast chickens in 40 days. But why? Welcome to Aussie Overlaw'd. Wherever the fuck it's going. On this channel, we look at legal cases and concepts, world domination, news, and just generally shoot the breeze. We don't give any legal advice, but we can answer questions and hopefully point you in the right direction. We do not shy away from the topics. So if necessary, put on your big kid pants, have a cup of concrete, and pull up a chair. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, or via email, and all complaints can be directed to our complaints department. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe buttons, and now let's get into it. Hello, and welcome to Aussie. Okay, something's really messed up because that's not supposed to replay either. I wonder what the hell is going on. Anyway, I do apologize, guys. I am going to rush through things today. I have less than an hour before I've got to get on the road. So, not had the flesh-eating virus. Well, I should hope not. Nico, good to see you. Miss Wee Lassie, hello. Carter the Cat. Maddie Graham, hello. Cowpoke, Vicky T, Hugh Neutron are also in the chat. Hello. Ann S. I'm seeing some new names here. Will R, hello. Jaffa Waffle, g'day to you. Ishcade, always good to see you. Yes, hopefully the audio is a lot better now. Audio today, so happy to see it live. Oh, fantastic. MG Law, yes, think we got the gremlins sorted out. Thank you very much for that. Steph says the audio has static. Yep. Richard was here on time for once. Lovely. Hello to Paula Williams. Ready? Make Jeff seem like a tech genius. Ouch! I'm the one that teaches him. I have no idea what the hell caused that. Hayden the Dalek. Fair enough. Ibishanu, hello, Mighty Mate, good to see you. Drink some water. Very funny. Scared me so much I thought my headphones got water in them. Sorry about that. I have no idea what caused it. I really don't. You speak the voice of the underworld of Down Under. I'm confused today. Tis what it is, unfortunately. Isabel Rennie, hello. Dance Bucket Dance, hello. Good to see you too. Just Dawn, Sweezy. P Fuss, hello. Aloha from Kansas. Vicky T, good to see you. Jonathan, hello. Alright, let's get stuck into it. Flesh-eating disease, Borrelia ulcer, spreading in Victoria as Geelong identified as a hotspot. Cellophane distressing content warning. Feel free to look away if you don't want to lose your lunch, dinner, whatever. That was not supposed to skip. A flesh-eating disease that causes painful open wounds across parts of the body is spreading rapidly across Victoria. At least 266 cases of the Borrelia ulcer, also known as Bairnsdale ulcer, have been reported across the state this year, with an increase in cases linked to several suburbs in Geelong. The skin infection, which is most common in sub-Saharan Africa and Australia, often begins with swelling or a painful nodule in the arm or legs and eventually develops into an open ulcer. The disease has been found in parts of metropolitan Melbourne and regional Victoria in Brunswick, West Essendon, Frankston, Phillips Island, and the Mornington Peninsula region. Last year there were 227 reported cases, and the year prior there were 165. Health authorities say that the disease is spreading geographically across Victoria and is no longer restricted to specific coastal locations. People aged 60 and older are most at risk. However, the disease can occur at any age. It is not transmissible from person to person. New data suggests mosquitoes and possums play a role in disease transmission after the bacteria that causes the ulcers was found in possum excrement. Lovely. Just freaking lovely. Been watching Dr. Pimple Popper, so I don't think it'll bother me. Yeah, it certainly bothered me when I first saw it. What was your reaction to the not guilty verdict last night? No clue. I literally have been asleep for the last 8-9 hours, so I'm not 100% sure what we're talking about. I'll be doing another afternoon stream sometime later today, because there's various things that I need to cover over, and I need to make up for not being here yesterday. So that'll probably be something that I look at. So doctors called cancer on my dog we had to put down. Oh, Jesus. Sorry to hear that. Like you don't have enough problems with all the deadly insects, snakes, and animals. Oh, yeah. It doesn't just start with the doesn't just start with the big animals. They start at the very small level, and then it works its way up the food chain, killing everything as it goes. Hey, Valhalla, how you doing? Cheerio, good to see you. Nature always wants to spread a plague, of course it does. Okay, moving on. Jennifer Aniston shocks with Nipple-Kini allure cover shoot. I look fucking great. At 53 years old, Jennifer Aniston says she has nothing to hide, and is certainly the case of her revealing new magazine cover. Trigger warning, cellophane, whatever the hell else you want to see. Whatever you want to say. Do we eat possums in Australia? No, not usually. Not unless you're really in trouble and you need to be eating roadkill. But by that stage, I'd be expecting you to go to a food bank anyway. The Friends favourite has appeared on the cover of the December 22 issue of Allure magazine, wearing a piece of fashion history. The itty-bitty Chanel logo Nipple-Kini that debuted on supermodels like Ava Herzegova and Stella Tennant in 1996. Boom. Not bad for 56. Provided for the shoot by online luxurious vintage store El Saucier, which rents out sought-after style for just shy of $2,000 US. The teeny bikini has been spotted on Kim Kardashian, who sported it for a steamy and since deleted selfie in 2018. Hey, Caitlin Williams, how you doing? Happened with her face? I think it's just age at this point. I mean, she's obviously had some work done, but... Smash for sure. Great for her age, go Jen, and I'd still smash. Okay, I don't think we need that. The scandalous suit top consists of two tiny circles embroidered by Chanel's unmistakable double C's and tethered together by stringy straps. Incidentally, the Nipple-Kini isn't the only Kim K approved article last spotted with Aniston in her new Allure spread. The actress also models the 1997 Gucci logo G-string at the Skims founder 42. Skims founder 42 showed off in a sultry 2018 Instagram snap. Alright, how quickly can I skip over this? Fast enough. Okay, I think. Similarly loaned to Allure by Elsiza, the Tom Ford designed thong, which features the branding interlocking G monogram in gold metal hardware, will set you back anywhere. Will set you back another $2,000 US to rent. While Aniston is more associated with the classic gowns and casual jeans to tee combo than skimpy 90s vintage, the sexy styles reflect the nature of the accompanying cover story, in which the Emmy winner opens up about her challenging IVF journey, forgiving her parents who divorced when she was young, and feeling better than ever in her own skin. Well, there we go. I have no idea why the hell that threw me so much, mate. Oh, God. Where are we? Two pilots dead after possible mid-air crash in Queensland. Two men have died after a light aircraft crash in Queensland, which may have involved a mid-air collision. Police, paramedics, and firefighters were all called to the scene at Kaibong, south of Gympie, after the event at 2:50 p.m. What is going on? Police confirmed that two male pilots of two separate aircraft had died following the crash, which happened in a paddock near Gympie Airport. We'll be looking into the possibility that there was a collision here. Okay, there was a collision here. But it's very early days and we're not really sure. The Gympie Patrol Group Inspector, Brad Inskip, said a single-occupant glider and another ultralight aircraft were involved in the crash, according to police. First responders were met with a graphic scene, according to Mr. Inskip. Pedrovsky, g'day. There's no doubt about it. This is a tragic incident. It's a terrible scene, a terrible incident, terrible for the family and terrible for those all involved. Police were still trying to identify the deceased men. However, they said the glider had left from a nearby local gliding club. It's a small little regional gliding club. They all know each other, he said. So this is going to hit the community very hard, especially for those clubs involved for sure. Police have set up two crime scenes across the paddock, approximately 200 meters apart. Okay. Twitter to confuse things further with a new kind of verification tick. Twitter has announced a new verification program that will be used to mark official accounts of companies, media outlets, brands, public figures, government agencies. Interesting. So we can all buy our own blue check mark, but official accounts are going to have their own one. Money grab, anyone? Oh yeah, you can very much get whiplash watching the show. Let's face it. TIA. What, has that already been nuked? Really? Well, for God's sakes. Why do they not update these things? I mean, I opened this yesterday. Well, you know what? I don't really care. The point is they were going to do it, so the not guilty might have been the Cummings trial. Oh, no shit, so it was a scare. Okay. Hey, Tish, how you doing? You did away with it today. Okay, alright, well, fine then. I shall move on. That shall save me some time. Lovely. Too many advertisers are direct competitors, Musk, so it's unwise to invest in ads. There's so much you're funding your role in doing so. Okay. Alright, Danish archer shoots 7 arrows through a keyhole for a world record. A professional archer from Denmark broke a Guinness World Record by shooting 7 arrows in a row through a tiny keyhole. Lars Anderson, who posts his archery stunts to his YouTube page, took on the Guinness World Record for most consecutive arrows shot in a row through a keyhole in Lyngby. Anderson successfully shot the arrows through a keyhole that Guinness mandates could be no more than 10 millimeters, about 0.39 of an inch wide. Anderson said he used arrows without feathers in the attempt because the feathers could have gotten caught in the hole. Damn. I'm not going to play the whole thing because that might get me copyright claimed. But holy crap. Pick him for the zombie survival team? Yeah. It's pretty insane that he can manage that, isn't he? Isn't it? Alright. So, please note, Twitter will do many dumb things in the coming months. Okay. Yes, in Pishanu, I actually tweeted that out last night. It is a very bad month to be in tech. Very much so. And I saw that it's not just Meta that are letting off employees. I believe there's some at Microsoft, about 1,000 that are leaving there as well. So, it's not great. It is not great at all. Australian Peter Gerard Scully sentenced to 129 years in the Philippines for a child essay case. An Australian man has been sentenced to 129 years in a Philippine jail as part of a child essay abuse case involving victims as young as 18 months, you twisted fucking piece of shit. Prosecutor said Wednesday. It was a second conviction for Peter Gerard Scully, who is already serving a life sentence for an initial batch of charges involving rape and trafficking of girls. Burn in fucking hell. The Philippines has become a global hotspot for child sex exploitation. Damn it. Didn't mean to say the S word. Helped by poverty, English fluency, and high internet connectivity in the country, experts warn. I hope this sends a very strong message to all abusers or human traffickers that crime really does not pay, said a regional prosecutor in the southern city of Cagayan de Oro. A Cagayan de Oro court handed down the sentence on November 3 after Scully and his three co-accused entered into a plea bargaining agreement. I'm sorry, what? Why would you not just give him the death penalty? They had agreed to be charged with 60 offences, including trafficking, child material, twisted fuckery, and rape. Scully's girlfriend, Lovely Marigallo, was sentenced to 126 years in jail. Two others were given sentences of more than 9 years. Victims and their families have accepted the terms of the agreement and consider it a sweet victory, according to a statement posted on the Regional Prosecutions Office's Facebook page. They all want to put closure to this dark phase of their lives and move on. Victims included moving on. It was a big victory, not only for the prosecutors of the Department of Justice, but more importantly, this is a big victory for the victim survivors. Scully was arrested in 2015 in Malay Balay, another southern Philippine city, after fleeing from Australia in 2011. He had come to the Philippines to escape fraud charges in his home country. He then set up a cyber sex business, filming teenage girls from impoverished families. I don't need to go for a run. My blood pressure gets up anyway. The videos were allegedly sold to customers in Germany, the United States, and Brazil. Most of the people who pay to view these sorts of things are abroad, with potentially thousands of children being abused, often with their parents' consent, authorities say. The United Nations Children's Fund said in 2021 that the Philippines is one of the top global sources of twisted fuckery material. I really hope he lasts less than a week. Okay, moving on. Kevin Rudd accuses News Corp of dog whistling over reporting of Daniel Andrews. Got to throw something in because we're about 16 days out from the Victorian election. Kevin Rudd has accused News Corp or Australia's Herald Sun's tabloid. What? News Corp Australia's Herald Sun tabloid of dog whistling to conspiracy theorists over its election campaign reporting of Daniel Andrews' fall last year and a 9-year-old car crash involving his wife. On Tuesday, the paper published its second front-page story in 5 days on the 2013 crash, which showed photos of Daniel Andrews' damaged car after it collided with a cyclist. The photos were consistent with statements made by the couple at the time of the accident. The Sunday Herald also devoted its front page to the Premier's 2021 accident, headlining "The Steps That Took Down a Premier." The exclusive story now provided no new information on the accident other than a picture of the wooden steps at a Mornington Peninsula hotel holiday rental. Fruit tingle. Rudd, a former Labor Prime Minister who spearheaded a campaign for the Royal Commission into News Corp, said the articles serve to assist the coalition at the upcoming state election. No shit, you think? News Corporation is a taxpayer-funded company that has a vested interest in electing Liberal governments that they believe will do them favours, he told The Guardian Australia. They can't beat Premier Andrews on policy, so they're trying to take him out through smear and innuendo. You see the same happening with the Courier Mail and Anastasia Palaszczuk in Queensland. He also accused the publication of encouraging baseless conspiracy theories. By dog whistling to conspiracy theorists, the Herald Sun is playing with fire, but the moment some radicalised individual acts out, they will deny any responsibility for setting the fuse. But the former Victorian Liberal Premier, Jeff Kennett, said the article about Andrews' fall last year was fair play, as there was concern among some as to whether or not he was being fully transparent. He fell down a fucking flight of stairs. How much more transparent do you want to be, Jeff? Jesus Christ. I know you got your head up your ass, but still. Just in my opinion, by the way. That's my personal opinion. I don't like you, Jeff. And the funny thing is, that's not based on your policies or anything. That's just based on what I've seen of you when you talk. So it's not even like I'm being misled or anything. Like, I've formed that opinion over the last, 2 decades based on your public appearances on occasion. So, anyway, that's in no way defamation, because that is my own personal opinion. However, Ambulance Victoria released a statement in June 2021 confirming the timeline Andrews had previously given for the accident. The state's police commissioner, Shane Patton, also confirmed police did not attend the home where Andrews fell or interview him. Kennett said Muleman and others were entitled to their views. There are others in the community, including the victim, who still feel aggrieved and are hurt and are in pain. Oh, the cyclist. Okay. Millman, then 15, was seriously injured and spent 11 days in hospital after a crash at Blairgowrie in the Mornington Peninsula in January 2013. No charges were laid, and an investigation by IBAC was ordered after police failed to breathalyse anyone at the scene of the accident and later refused to release documents requested by the media under Freedom of Information. IBAC cleared police of wrongdoing in December 2017. On Tuesday, Andrews said he stood by his 2013 statement to the police. The Herald Sun's story was the first time Muleman had spoken about the accident. He'd also engaged a lawyer and was considering legal options, though he did not explain what kind of claim he hoped to bring or against whom. The story did not note his avenues for action may have expired. It's a good point. It's more than 7 years. Alright, fuck it. We are now at the 8:30 mark and I'm 5 in. So, hello Rabbit, how you doing? Sorry, I know I've been ignoring chat a little bit. Good fart, hello, how you doing? Just double checking. Is a Victorian election just a really old election, or how Victoria's Secret picks its models? I feel like you've made that joke before, or someone in chat has. I live in the state of Victoria. We have our state election coming up. So, you guys had your boring day yesterday. Our turn's in like 2 weeks. Term conspiracy theorists lost all meaning now that so many have turned out to be true. That is why they coined the phrase, isn't it? To try and discredit people. Don't trust any politician that goes about shunning conspiracy theorists. Okay, moving on. Only in Philly, a US man eats 40 rotisserie chickens in 40 days, but why? To some, Alexander Tominski is a hero that Philadelphia needed at a dark hour. The 31-year-old US waiter culminated his quest to eat 40 rotisserie chickens in 40 days on Sunday local time, just as his hometown was collectively mourning a baseball World Series loss to the Houston Astros and a similarly crushing Major League Soccer Cup defeat, all within the space of 24 hours. Though he had been documenting the self-imposed challenge on social media, the attention ramped up when he began inviting people to watch him eat his final bird. The event had the appeal of being only for if you know locals. Its location was described as only that abandoned pier near Walmart, and many saw it as a quest as to somehow express something quintessentially Philly. Just a regular working class guy gutting it out, quite literally, at a moment that the city needed a boost. But it isn't clear that rallying a city was what Tominski set out to do. The City of Brotherly Love's inscrutable talisman never seemed to articulate a clear answer to a central question about his spit roast mission. For the love of God, why? See if he would poop out feathers. Okay, that must be the guy there. Looks pretty fit for someone that was eating 40 chickens for 40 days. He wasn't trying to prove a point, like a latter-day Morgan Spurlock, the guy who ate McDonald's for a month and documented the ill effects for Super Size Me, and he's no Don Gorski, the man from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, who had been eating a Big Mac every day for more than half a century out of sheer love for the Golden Arches signature burger. In several interviews, Tominski revealed he wasn't much of a poultry fan. "I hate chicken," he said in a local TV news interview. He wasn't getting paid, and he didn't lose a bet. I had hoped to put the question to him myself, but Tominski on Friday said he was a bit overwhelmed to talk. And so I scoured other interviews for searches as to clues as to why I do this. A reporter from the local news outlet, Billy Penn, reasonably asked in the lead-up to the big event, to which he offered the strange response, "It seemed like the right thing to do." Is there an oversaturation of roast chickens in Philadelphia? I'd hate chicken too after 40 days. Fair call. Very fair call. When the interviewer pressed him, his answer was even more Yoda-esque. I'm not sure how it started. It's hard to remember and understand how it manifested. 40 consecutive days eating an entire rotisserie chicken. Answer, I wanted attention. Chickens get very boring if you eat it consistently. Yeah. Surely he had to have gotten it from different places, like with different seasonings and... To the New York Times, he suggested he wanted to bring others joy by experiencing pain, and judging from his facial expressions in the photos he posted, that's just what was happening. But for someone setting out to entertain, he seems to discourage merriment. This is not a party, read the flyer announcement his event at the pier. So was it all a prank, an elaborate art project? Whatever it was, even without calling it a celebration, the event might have worked in mysterious ways. Several hundred people turned out, according to news reports, and following it on social media, they saw it... What? And many following it on social media saw their own meaning in his experiment. Some revelled in the Philliness of it all. Yeah, we lost 2 championships in one day, one tweeted, but the next day we celebrated a man eating his 40th rotisserie chicken in 40 days at an abandoned pier behind Walmart. You can't keep Philly down. Oh, there you go. I've yet to understand exactly why. Fugitive mum on the run from Interpol set to make £100,000 a month from OnlyFans. Damn, this one probably should have been saved for Sunday. Maybe I can rehash it. A mum who says she's on the run from Interpol claims she's set to make £100,000 a month from OnlyFans Now she's quitting uni and is focusing on her work as an adult model. Lisa Marie Mathis, 30, says she is a fugitive and in hiding from international police organisations. But as a mum, she still has to put food on the table, so she started selling racy content to her followers online under the name Lady Penelope. She spends up to 8 hours a day taking saucy snaps, and her husband Paul, 40 and an engineer, is her biggest supporter. He even sold his house to get her $6,000 worth of cosmetic surgery. I'm sorry, what? You got £6,000 for your house? How dilapidated was it? Lisa says she is wanted by Interpol over a legal battle with Norwegian authorities and claims she fled with her 2 boys in 2013 and has since feared arrest due to ongoing legal issues in the country. The mother of 6, whose children are aged between 2 and 12, studied English at the University of Inverness in Scotland, but now she's quit her English degree. She did so after joining OnlyFans as she began selling raunchy content, and soon her income spiraled. She's now making more than she ever thought possible. Lisa from Inverness, Scottish Highlands added, I was really scared of the Norwegian authorities. I moved address so they didn't know where I was. I started getting calls from Norway to say Interpol were involved and I couldn't leave the country. I haven't been abroad since and haven't been able to take my children on holiday because I'm too scared they will arrest me. Well, there you go. £6,000 wasted. Vermont woman attacked at a condo complex by a brown bear after a dog chased its cub. Sarah Deedle was mauled by a bear outside the door of her Vermont condo after her dog chased its cub up a tree, leading to head stitches and a mangled hand. After letting a dog out of a condominium complex in the Green Mountains of Vermont, a woman was mauled by a bear. She told the Brattleboro Reformer, I'm assuming that's a newspaper, she let her Shih Tzu Bodhi out before 10 p.m, wherein it chased a bear cub up a tree. This prompted its mother bear to attack. She came running out of the dark and she ran right to me. Right to me. It was terrifying. The Vermont Fish and Wildlife Department issued a release saying that after charging towards her, Deedle said the bear knocked her to the ground and began to maul her. The 43-year-old called for help, and the bear was close enough to the door that her partner, Robert Monturo, was able to hit it on the head with a flashlight after coming to her aid. Seriously? Once I pulled Sarah into the house, the bear charged the door, he told the outlet, adding that it was terrifying, but he slammed the door in the bear's face. The spokesperson for the Vermont Fish and Wildlife Department confirmed that since the attack, game wardens and biologists have continued to search the neighbourhood for the bear and its cub, but have yet to find anything. She tasted just like chicken. Another reason not to own a dog less than 60 pounds, little dog syndrome gets this woman hurt. Probably got the bear in trouble too. Yeah, quite possibly. Shih Tzus are shit stirrers. Buy an entire block for $200 and build a castle. Really? If they're falling down that cheap, otherwise not really 40. House my in-laws grew up in Detroit is going for $78K. It's got no roof. Oh, there you go. All right. US Powerball single ticket wins a record $3.4 billion jackpot. Someone has bought a Powerball ticket in California and has won a record $2.04 billion, 3.4 in New Zealand. Why the hell is this on a New Zealand site? Anyway, Powerball jackpot after more than 3 months without anyone hitting the top prize. The winning number drawn Tuesday morning local time at the Florida lottery draw in Tallahassee were white balls 10, 33, 41, 47 and 56, and the red Powerball was 10. The jackpot ticket was sold at Joe's Service Center in Altadena, northeast of Los Angeles. A voicemail left for Joe's Service Center was not immediately returned. It wasn't me, sob. Crap, I keep starting at 4. Yeah, sorry about that. I can't change it. Bloody daylight savings time. The Multi-State Lottery Association had said the scheduled drawing was delayed by nearly 10 hours because participating lotteries had issues processing sales as people snapped up tickets. The jackpot was initially reported to be an estimated $1.9 billion on Monday, but the prize was increased to $2.04 Tuesday morning after updated calculations. The odds of winning the jackpot were 1 in 292.2 million. The jackpot was by far the largest lottery jackpot. Wait, what's happening? What's wrong with the typos? Kind of funny how it was the problem the day before the election. There's no idea what the taxes are these days. It wasn't that bad 10 years ago. Well, we'll certainly find... Well, I suppose we'll soon find out anyway. The $2.04 billion prize is for a winner. Yeah, but... who chooses an annuity paid annually over 29 years. Nearly all winners instead opt for cash, but the value of that option wasn't immediately available Tuesday morning. Virginia Giuffre drops Alan Dershowitz defamation claim. Virginia I don't know. The applicant, the plaintiff, one of dozens of women who have accused Jeffrey Epstein of sexual misconduct on Tuesday, dropped her lawsuit claiming former Harvard Law School professor Alan Dershowitz was among the men whom Epstein compelled her to have sex. The 2019 lawsuit accused Dershowitz of defaming her when he denied her claim. No, it's not. Not when I'm trying to get a lot of shit done. Seriously? Okay. Dershowitz had countersued her. In a document filed by lawyers by both Giuffre and Dershowitz in federal court in Manhattan, both parties said that they would agree not to sue again and waive their right to appeal. The 39-year-old had also accused Britain's Prince Andrew of SA when she was 17. That lawsuit was dismissed earlier this year after the two reached a settlement. Andrew also denied that claim. Well, there you go. Identities of 5 found dead in US home revealed as cops share the chilling manner of their horrific killing. I reckon I'm going to have to put a cellophane warning out on this one. Damn it. Sorry. A man walked into his home to discover his family brutally killed by his daughter's ex-boyfriend on Friday, US cops have announced. A 28-year-old man is suspected of fatally shooting his ex-girlfriend, her brother, her mother, and another man inside a Maryland home before killing himself in a chilling murder-suicide. Charles County Sheriff's deputies responded to reports of a shooting that they had discovered the bodies of the suspected shooter, Andre Sales, 28, his ex-girlfriend, Sarah Mann, 21, her brother, Kai Mann, 18, their mother, Somali Mann, 48, and another man, Jovan Watson, 23. The Sun reported officials received the concerning report at 4 p.m. after the homeowner, identified as Darren Mann, said he'd returned from work to discover the dreadful scene. Damn. That would suck. A preliminary investigation revealed that Sales, who lived in a separate residence, entered the home before opening fire, officials believe. He then fatally shot himself with the gun that was recovered at the scene. Investigators are still working to determine a motive for the tragic incident, but the sheriff's office is investigating what is believed to be an ongoing domestic dispute. Robin Mann said that Sales was the father of Sarah Mann's 2 young children, and police confirmed that he lived at the residence at the time. Court records show that an unidentified person filed a restraining order against Sales in April 2021 that prevented him from going to the individual's place of work or home. Robin Mann said that his niece and nephew were good kids and had difficulty describing the horror of the event. What can you say? They were full of life, he said. Sarah Mann's 2 young children were initially unaccounted for during the horror event, but were found safe and unharmed at another location. Investigators and forensic personnel are processing evidence and interviewing family and friends to determine a motive. A medical examiner will determine the cause of death. I'm pretty sure the cause of death is going to be a gunshot wound. Just saying. The sheriff's office initially said that all 5 victims suffered gunshot wounds, but later added that some also had stab wounds. Lovely. Sales had misdemeanor convictions for assault and theft, but no felonies were recorded, according to the Post. Authorities are deeming this an isolated incident. That's the 53-year-old? Footage from local stations after the crime shows police cars and officers flooding what appears to be a normally quiet neighbourhood. There's obviously something that's affected the whole community. There was a lot of people in the immediate neighbourhood who came out to mourn. It was tragic for the neighbourhood, the family, and the officers who responded. Our hearts are heavy. That's not him. That's the other guy. That was the unrelated guy that was killed. Can't say how long you've seen the leaks for the new Pokemon designs. I see them as they pop up on TikTok and my Facebook feed. I haven't been paying a huge amount of attention because I kind of want to place Pokemon Scarlet on unburdened, basically. Okay, a criminal act. Suspected Medibank hackers post stolen data. Who's shocked? Medibank customers have faced a barrage of targeted scams after the federal government warned of a leak of sensitive health data by hackers that could continue for months to come. They look awful, CGI designed, busy nonsense. Oh, God. Really? Damn it, what are they doing? Come on, Nintendo. Rain Game Freak in, will you? A ransomware group has begun posting customer data stolen from Australia's largest health insurer, Medibank Private, early Wednesday morning, and the leaks are expected to continue indefinitely as the criminals pressure the insurer to pay a ransom. In question time, Home Affairs and Cybersecurity Minister Claire O'Neill told the Parliament that a number of people whose medical information was compromised by the Medibank Private data breach was so far low, but warned that was likely to change. We're going through a difficult period now that may last 4 weeks, possibly months, not days or hours. Cannot articulate the disgust that I have for the scumbags who are at the heart of this criminal act. The cybersecurity experts who have viewed the leaked data have confirmed it includes customers' names, postcodes, data on health treatment for issues such as cocaine and other addictions. Medibank on Wednesday afternoon dismissed reports that the data released included HIV treatments. Well, why wouldn't it if it's including things like cocaine addiction? Are you serious? The company confirmed the leak on Wednesday morning, saying that the files appeared to be a sample of the data that was accessed by the criminal. Medibank has today become aware that a criminal has released files on the dark web forum containing customer data that was believed to have been stolen from Medibank systems. The data includes personal data such as names, addresses, date of birth, phone numbers, email addresses, Medicare numbers for AHM customers. Shit. In some cases, passport numbers for our international students, not expiry dates, and health claims data. I forgot that Medibank backs AHM. How have I got caught up in 2 of these in the last month? For fuck's sake. What's that? They're just prospect shopping so they know what areas will bring the most drug money. Sorry, that took me a second. Alright, Rose. Medibank also expects the group to continue releasing files on the dark web. We will continue to work around the clock to inform customers of what data we believe has been stolen, and any of the data included on the files on the dark web, and provide advice to customers on what they should do. Medibank's chief executive, David Coxar, apologised for the latest development. This is a criminal act designed to harm our customers and cause distress. We take seriously our responsibility to safeguard our customers and stand ready to support them. One of those customers is Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. His information was not included in the data made private by the hackers. Good on you, Albo. Matthew Guy defends election ad that criticises umbrella mandates and refers to Daniel Andrews as a prick. Tell me there's a copy of the ad. The Victorian Liberal Party leader, Matthew Guy, has defended his election advertisement that criticises umbrella mandates and refers to the current Premier, Daniel Andrews, as a prick. While in Shepparton on Tuesday, spruiking the coalition's land release announcement, which is bullshit as far as I'm concerned, but anyway, Guy said that the ad only repeated the words of a union movement. That ad is based on the wording of the trade union movement, he told reporters. The advertisement features footage from Melbourne's infamous anti-umbrella mandate riots amid construction shutdowns and asks the viewer if they remember when we hit the streets to protest the lockdowns. Remember when Andrews forced us to get an umbrella or lose our job? Now even our unions are admitting he's a prick, the ad says. The Victorian branch of the CFMEU recently launched an ad campaign supporting Andrews. Posters have been spotted with the words, Dan might be a prick, but he's also a prick delivering for the construction workers. Wait, how did Tug come up? He hasn't graced my... He didn't deign to grace my tiny little channel with his presence, did he? Anyway. Guy said the Liberal Party advertisement did not imply he was backtracking on his position on umbrella mandates for workers in aged care and health, but would not be drawn on whether he identified with anti-umbrella or anti-lockdown protests. Oh, it's because I said umbrella. Okay, thank you. I gotta think of something else, honestly. I mean, every time I think of herd immunity, I think of umbrellas. So it just makes sense to me. I think a lot of Victorians do agree with it, and I think a lot of Victorians are worried about the conduct of the Premier. Look, they may be, but I still think he's the lesser of two evils at the moment. You have yet to show me any reason why I should not hate you as equally. Responding to reports in Geelong, Andrews said that he would not comment on the opposition ad campaign, but that umbrellas save lives. Simple as that. They're free, they're safe, and they're available. Andrews said that the Victorian lockdown was due to not having umbrellas at the time. This came after the Premier said that if Labor is re-elected, his government would scrap vehicle registration for eligible apprentices, including those working in bricklaying, carpentry, joinery, electrical, and plumbing. Hey, what about those of us that have to do long travelling for work? Would be nice, if you wouldn't mind. Apprentices who need their car for work purposes or are already entitled to a 50% discount on their registration. The Labor plans to fully waive the annual $865 fee at a cost of $9.7 million. It's a practical way in which we can make sure there's hundreds and hundreds of dollars in their pocket. Good on you. Share it around. Andrews also announced an apprenticeship task force to improve safety and fairness for those starting their careers, as well as a parliamentary inquiry into bosses and contractors who refuse to pay subcontractors for completed works. The parliamentary inquiry could recommend changes to the law for dodgy companies to make it harder for them to tender for major government projects, like schools and hospitals. I am now going to have to talk like this because my brain and mouth have a disconnect and it is not quite working. I have not yet had coffee. Why did Tug turn into a pickle? I have no clue, Michael Palmer. I wish I knew. I think it's hilarious. Okay, football fan who went viral after flashing is cashing in on the act. A football fan who started her own OnlyFans account after a raunchy celebration. How did OnlyFans make it back into the news? Made her an overnight internet sensation. Carla Garza went viral after lifting up her shirt and exposing her boobs after Tiger striker Andre Pierre Gignac scored the match-winning penalty against Pachuca in Mexico in October. The video of her celebrations were a huge hit online and were covered on my very channel. And she responded by making her own Twitter and Instagram accounts, which racked up thousands of followers. It might have been the first time she had entirely exposed her breasts, but she had previously posted a photo in her Tigers shirt showing off her bra. She has now decided to cash in and launch her own OnlyFans page. Maybe the internet is telling me something. Cue porn music. Dun, 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 dun. I showed my boobs and men cheered. I'm going to start my own OnlyFans now. Yeah, and look, she's riding on the wave. I'm not going to lie. I'm not 100% that she's a looker. So. Alright. She's charging $21.67 per month. Fuck off. The page is captioned, "Hello guys, subscribe to know all my secrets." Wait, what? Latest TikTok challenge with corsets? No, I have not. Blurring needs to be made illegal. Streaked before, but would be afraid to do it these days. It was a random thing on stream one day. He was making a point about Twitter and trends and asked for someone to draw him as a pickle. The rest is history. Oh, well, there you go. In all fairness, if my nudes go viral, I may well cash in on it. Yeah. Not gonna lie, I would do the same thing. Everyone show your love for Hayden and post a boob pic in Discord. I did. Oh god, Mighty Mate, really? I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But seriously, $21 a month? Hayden will wear a corset at 10,000k. No, we already have the Only Feet page coming at 10,000k. You love my Discord? Really? I feel bad about the Discord because I don't do enough in there. I don't... Oh, this streaming shit really is a full-time job, guys. What was that? Still cheaper than living with her, I'm sure. Oh, that was good. Pay me to stare at my nakedness, but don't objectify me. Women are truly messing with guys' heads in this day and age. Yep. Don't even give my wife 21 a month to see her boobs. Well, there's the photos. That's what happened at the soccer game. It's not all good news for the fan that she was reportedly banned from the stadium. The club president said, "Of course, it shouldn't happen in one of these events, and we'll be watching to make sure it doesn't happen again. But we know it's something difficult to control." Sorry, fellas, gonna have to move that on. Despite not being able to show her support of the flesh, she made the most of the event. Ooh. By flashing on TV show ES show? Meh. It was a promise to the stands. Then the emotion won us, everyone won us, and I had not thought I was going to do it. It was something that came up at the time. Bobs are bobs, I'll always look at bobs. I think it was, who was it? Ron White, I think the comedian who said it the most. Guys will always want to look at boobs. She can be like in her 60s or something and they can be hanging down to her knees and she can go, "You want to see my boobs?" And a guy will sit there and go, "Sure do." He'll look and then he'll go, "Alright, that's enough. Now roll them back up." Thanks, Impishano. It's actually like 60 seconds, but I was about 10 minutes late, so I'm going to pay my dues and finish that up. Talking about that old biker stripper? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Banned, get the Classic Lady season tickets. Dude, I know someone like that, she could throw him over her shoulder. Ooh. Well, yeah, so there you go. That's what she's posting on her on Instagram and Twitter and whatnot. And I'm sure that her OnlyFans page is significantly more racy. She also made it a promise to continue to support the club and her favourite player despite them banning her, adding, "We will see where we will see the game that for being so excited they banned me from uni." That's I'm assuming that's just translation. That can't just be how badly this article's written. Anyway, Alright. Alright. Let's do this. Oh, okay. What a green screen. I've got to get a new green screen. I really do. Alrighty. Random number generator, and today's number is 422. Okay, we have an exact page. Let's have a look, see where we're going down memory lane. 494, 410, 426. Ooh, okay. We're back on freedom of speech. We're heading to 1984. Jerry Falwell, 1933 to 2007. Larry Flint, born at 1942. Hustler Magazine, Inc. v. Falwell. And William Rehnquist, 1924 to 2005. We're heading to 1984 with parody and the First Amendment. In November 1983, Hustler, the notorious adult magazine published by Larry Flint, featured a spoof of a Campari liqueur advertisement. Playing on sexual undertones, the original ad showcased celebrities recalling their first time trying the aperitif. The Hustler spoof showed Reverend Jerry Falwell, co-founder of the Moral Majority Organization and an outspoken critic of the magazine, describing a sexual encounter with his wife in an outhouse. At the bottom of the page, a brief disclaimer identified the ad as parody. Falwell sued Hustler and Flint for libel, as well as intentional infliction of emotional distress. During his testimony in the 1894 trial, Falwell denied every action and statement attributed to him in the parody. Flint then testified that, in light of the Reverend's standing as a paragon of propriety, the idea of Falwell having an incestuous relationship with his mother was patently absurd and could only be construed as parody, and therefore wasn't actionable in libel. Flint added that if he had intended to defame Falwell, he would have written something believable. At the conclusion of the trial, the judge instructed the jury that to succeed for the claim of intentional infliction of emotional distress, Falwell needed to show that Flint intended to inflict distress and that the conduct at issue was outside the acceptable bounds of decency. In its verdict, the jury rejected the claim for libel, finding that the spoof didn't purport to make factual allegations. However, the jury found in favour of Falwell on the claim of intentional infliction of emotional distress and awarded damages. Flint appealed eventually to the Supreme Court, which unanimously reversed the ruling, holding that the First Amendment protected Flint's parody, which therefore couldn't serve as a basis for a claim for intentional infliction of emotional distress. Chief Justice Rehnquist explained that the price of entering the public forum included opening oneself to criticism. Hustler's parody of a public figure was therefore entitled to no less protection under the First Amendment than was accorded to political cartoonists. Well, there you go. That was today's Laws of the Land. Remember what had happened? Interesting. I suppose it wasn't that long ago, was it? 84. I mean, it was 4 years before my wife was born, but fair enough. I'm a hustler. What to business? Remember the film. Remember this, he wasn't amused. Every time you want to thank Larry Flint. There's all the days of big tech censorship. What? The new Ironheart suit has cornrows. That's hilarious. Are you serious? People versus Larry Flint. Yeah. Thanks. Now I feel ancient. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys. I am going to get out of here because I got to get on the road and get out to my regional office. But as always, go out there, do one small thing. Even if you're feeling like a little bitch today, go and do one thing. I don't care if you pick up a piece of litter off the street. I don't care if you give someone a high five or a hug or just smile at somebody. Do something to make the world a better place. Because otherwise, we're all going to hell in a handbasket. Now get out there and get it done. As always, stay healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I will catch you on the flip side. Cheers, guys. Also, if I haven't already said it, remember to click likes, hit subscribe. If you've already subscribed, double check because I have noticed that the number is dropping reasonably well. When I say reasonably well, I mean they seem to be just like slicing people off. I don't know why. And at this point, I'm not sure, but I really would still want to try and get to 10k before Christmas. So, anyway, see ya.